Hi everyone, welcome to our treasure hunt Wednesday night. Yeah, I'm sitting there trying to get some stuff done before I start because I've got a lot to tell y'all tonight. Um, doing those last minute things. So let me finish doing this real quick. Alrighty. So, alrighty. And then, there we go. Oh my goodness, I was messing around with the phone with the apps and everything. And I can't remember what I did. So, especially the message stuff and everything. So, hi, Rebecca. Hi, those watching on the TV. And hello to those who are traveling. So, I'll put this in the chat. And hi, replay watchers. Woohoo! Alrighty. So, tonight, if y'all have seen the description, I talked more in depth, put more in depth about the Daniel fast and everything. So I'm going to be talking about that. And then talking about what I did for the last couple of days as far as eating and stuff and all, and how I learned that I can't just do a regular fast. It just doesn't work for me at all. I was like, nope. So to begin with, Misha's traveling, so y'all pray for her. And then we had a small gathering tonight. It was Misha, her friend Evan. So hi Evan, if you're watching later, or if you're watching now or in a few minutes or whatever. And then Chris from Ohio Travels with Chris, and Jeff and Tammy, the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. So we had a blast. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun. Y'all know I'm just here, so I don't really get to go out that much and everything, but I had a blast. It was so much fun. We had such great fellowship with each other and just telling each other how God has worked in our lives and everything, and just super exciting and everything. So I'll go back and put their links or if Rebecca can. So it's Misha Lee, Ohio Travels with Chris, and she gave me her sticker. And the Gypsy Vanilla and the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. That's so funny. And I already gave Anastasia stuff. Misha gave me a pack of playing cards that had Charlie Brown peanuts on it because they know I love Charlie Brown and peanuts. So, and I already gave it to Anastasia. I'll give them a show, y'all. So, but we just had a wonderful time. Now, the reason why I said that because we went to Schmitz. It's a German restaurant. And so I was really nervous that we had dairy-free stuff and everything there and everything because Anastasia and going through the dairy OIT and stuff and everything. So they do have dairy-free dishes there. But I also wanted to see something myself as far as what I could or couldn't eat. Oh, they had fried chicken there, and they had the brats and stuff. And a lot of the meats wasn't, I think some of the brats had, I meant to grab that menu. I think I did. I don't think I did. I forgot to grab the menu. Anyway, no, I didn't. That's okay. So, some of it was beef and pork brats and everything. So I was like, okay, we've been testing this out with me. Would I have a reaction? So I did want to see. So I think I only had 2 brats, but that was it. But they had German potato salad. And the reason I don't eat potatoes that much is because it's the inflammation. With it can increase inflammation. And but they had salad, and then they had sauerkraut, and they had two different types of sauerkraut. So one was like sweet sauerkraut, and the other one wasn't. And it wasn't hot or spicy or anything. And it's like it just didn't have any flavor. Well, to me, it didn't. So I tried the sweet one. I like the sweet one a whole lot better. And of course, all right. So they had the salad, and that was a pre-mix. I don't know if it was pre-mix, but it was a big bowl, and they had tomatoes, and you can just pick your tomatoes. And thank you, Rebecca. So I got this out, but I didn't have the tomatoes, but I did put like sunflower seeds on it, and then they had chicken, and they had a bean with, I want to say brats, but that was dairy free. When they had the mashed potatoes, they had the German mashed potatoes, and they had the ones with the red skin mashed potatoes. So I had a little bit of both of those. I did have a roll because I wanted to see. And then they had mac and cheese. And then they had the brats, and they had different types of different ones. And then they had rice, and then they had a gravy. So it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. And when we sat there, we had such a great time. And uh, everything. And so I was like, okay, now I'm going to tell you all the desserts. Every single one has milk. So I didn't have any dessert. I didn't bring any dessert home because Anastasia can't have it yet. But next year, we'll be able to have, she can go to places like that and have the dessert and everything. So that's what we're excited for. Oh my goodness, all that look. I took a lot of pictures, and I took little videos here and there and everything. So I will be uploading and everything. So we had a great time and everything. So testing things out little by little, because I showed y'all last week. This, I don't know, it is still the same way. It's red now, but as soon as, all right, here's an example. Oh, let's see. All right, there goes the lotion. Like, when it gets down to the bottom. So y'all see how red it is. But if I put lotion on it, or I put my oil blend on it, the redness goes away and it goes down. And so I'm just like, I'm still, I don't know. I just don't know. I have been searching and looking and everything. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Walter Joe. Joe, thank you for coming. It was Misha Lee, Ohio Travels with Chris. Yeah, Ohio Travels with Chris. Because I saw you got the gypsy. I know, Misha. It's okay. I understand. I'll message you later. I got something funny to tell you. Oh. All right, hold on. And then all the ads. It's not the same one. I don't think it is. No. I'm trying to see. I'll have to go back and let's see here. Ah, that's why. It's KRIS. That's why we can't find it. Hmm. All right. Yep. Hi to all that's driving. So, Ohio. I was going to type her name in there. That way I can look it up. All right. So, yeah. So I had a blast and everything. I took pictures. We had to got little, minute here and snippets and everything, so that y'all be watching for that. And Jeff and Tammy did a whole lot more than I did, but I was like, that's okay. I was just enjoying myself and everything. So food wise, what I had? I had the rice, and then there was a sausage with gravy, but it was kind of like spicy a little bit. So I ate a little bit of that. Then I had on my first plate was a piece that I had a chicken leg. I should have got a bigger piece, but that was all right. I was trying a little bit of everything. Um, I had the green beans and the brat, the roll. Instead of trying to remember, I just look at the picture. Alrighty. Alright, so I had a chicken leg, the green beans, a brat that was in the gravy, but it was more spicy. Then another brat and the two potato salads. And this looks weird. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah. So, and then I went and got another plate, and I had the salad, and I had one of the sauerkrauts, and I was just like, it kind of just didn't taste like sauerkraut, but the sweet one tasted like sauerkraut. So they do have dairy-free options. They do have a menu thing that if you go and ask if they have an allergy, they have it listed, and they start with milk, and it goes to on the milk, soy, all the allergens and everything, and it's colored in so you know which ones have which ones. So, and then today, all right. So I was so busy today doing things. Hey, Carol, how you doing? With videos and editing and everything. I just forgot to tell people where I was going tonight and everything. Well, I told my family, but as people were texting me, I'm like, I'm at dinner, I'm doing this. Like, oh, we forgot. I'm like, no, I just didn't say anything because I was just busy editing and putting things together, videos for um, bed channels and everything, and setting up lives and stuff. So I was just like, okie dokie. So that'll be back on schedule tomorrow, I think. So what happened was last week, a church that I watch online was starting a fast, a 3-day fast, like October 13th through the 15th. It's like, okay, and the Lord knows I'm gonna do this again. Let me get what I was going to do. So they have guidelines about if you wanted to do the 3 day without eating anything, drink plenty of water. It's like, all right. Or you could do one, it's kind of like intermittent fasting, and you just eat one meal a day. I was like, all right. And then if the other one is talking about, if you're pregnant or you have health problems, right, talk to your doctor first. Which I really don't have, y'all know me, most of y'all. I don't really have any health issues as far as eating or not diabetic or anything like that. So I don't have high cholesterol, nothing at all. So I was like, okay, I could do the one because sometimes I end up, that's what I do anyway. Monday, I did really well. You know, got to thinking about my coffee creamer I made. I was like, well, that's got pumpkin in it. So kind of like really can't use that in my coffee. But I was using a different creamer. And so Monday, we did really well. About 5 o'clock, we had supper and everything. Because sometimes I eat a late brunch. I just eat brunch, breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever, and then eat dinner. Comes Tuesday, it's like, I don't know if I can do this. So it comes 12 o'clock, noon, and everything. You know, I'm getting hungry and everything. It's like I started guzzling water. I'm drinking water. I got coffee, and I'm just like, Lord, I'm just like, this is like lunchtime. I'm gonna start praying. It's like, this is really difficult. I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, I'm trying, and just I just was, I could just, hear like audible, kind of like audible, but in my spirit, just saying, just eat. We'll figure something else out. So I was like, oh, okay. So what I'm gonna do is, um, I'm not gonna have coffee for 3 days. I've done the coffee before without anything. All right, sweet. I was like, I've done the coffee. Um, like with on a Daniel fast, you don't have coffee or caffeine drinks or tea or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that. I've done social media, the Instagram, not being on my phone for 3 days and stuff. So I'll probably do that again also, not this week, but I am going to start with not having coffee for 3 days, and I know it's hard, and Donnie's probably laughing at me because he likes coffee too. So I was like, okay, Lord. And that's what just came across to me was do the coffee. I'm thinking, I'm doing all this stuff and I've got videos. I can wait to, edit those other videos on the days they're supposed to load up. I was like, that's done the 3 days. I was like, what am I going to do? And it's just like coffee came to mind. So, all right. So, with the Daniel fast, it's like now what I was understanding from the biblical nutritionist. Um, you can do just fruits and vegetables and your um, legumes, your beans, so you still have protein and everything, and you can do a Daniel fast without any meat. Now, if you remember, if those who know the story about Daniel and his friends when they got um, captured and Israel went and they call out, no, they got captured, they went to Babylon and they were talking about, being part of the king's advisement people and everything. And, he wanted the young people, so it was Daniel and his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and probably some other friends. And they said, they offered them the king's meat and this, that, and the other. And they was like, well, we can't have that meat. Um, so the king's advisor, he goes, you don't know what the king's going to do to me. You can't do this. And Daniel goes, calm down. How about we just do this? For, I think it was 14 days with that. They had all just fruits and vegetables and water. And at the end, they were stronger and looked better than the other ones that, they were up for probably being part of the king's advisor advisors and everything. So that's how Daniel and them became part of the king's advisors. But it's later on that Daniel had fasted for 21 days because he had prayed to the Lord for an answer about things that were going on. So Daniel's older now, and it's under a different king. But so he's fasting for 21 days. And because he didn't think the Lord heard him or anything, he didn't know what was going on. He just kept going and, fasting and praying and everything. So that's how, the 21 days are there for 21 days. And that part of that story, and the angels were fighting to get to him to give him the answer. So that's how the Daniel fast has come about. And it talks about what was eaten at that time, what they didn't have. So with the Daniel fast, when I did it the first time, I laid off. I didn't have any meat, not even chicken. And I just had fruits and vegetables. And I had my eggs for breakfast, and then had a salad for lunch, and then I had my dinner and everything. And in 21 days, my hands cleared up. So I'm just like, okay, we knew then was to lay off the beef, the pork, or anything else like that. So I didn't eat, I ate chicken and turkey, ever since 2021, 22. This is 25, somewhere around 22, 23, somewhere along there. Because in my mind, it hasn't been that long ago. It's like, it feels like it was just like the other day. So I was like, well, maybe it's time again to do another Daniel fast. And this time I'm adding stuff to it. So I have gotten, I got the mullein. I got the mullein from Herbal. And I've got the black walnut and wormwood. So now, along with the Daniel fast, it's the fast and it's detoxing your body. I know. It was like that long ago. And I sit there talk about stories and everything. I'm like, wait a minute. That happened when? It's like, that's not that long ago. So I was like telling stories at the table and everything, and I'm like trying to remember exact dates and everything. It's like, wait a minute, this is 2025. I think it was a few years ago. That long ago. I'm like, talking about the pacemaker and everything. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I need to go back and get the dates together because I'm like, I want to get this right. So it's like 2021, 22. Yeah. So around there is when we figured out about it was the beef and everything. So according to what I've researched and everything with alpha-gal, if you don't have the stuff that makes you flare up and everything for 2 to 3 years, hey Lulu, honey Cindy, so for 2 to 3 years, it will clear up and everything. So that's why last year when I finally went to the allergist, it didn't show up in any blood work. Started eating beef and everything again. This time that was what's on my arm here. As if I was on my eyes. And it started out with the right eye. Then it went to the left eye. And I tell you, it's just coffee. It's just coffee. So, and I couldn't figure out until Christmas when I made those sausage things for the channel. And I was like, oh no. So I was like, well, maybe it was a mess up. Maybe something, maybe, so I went to a second allergist and got a different opinion. But I still went to the same lab. So I think maybe it's the lab that's messing up. I don't know. So, but we've done all the tests. We've done the test for beef. We've done the test for pork. We've done the test for soy. We've done the allergy test. So all that came back negative, except for my allergies to the trees, to the grasses, um, and to the molds and pet dander. So that's what the allergies are shots are for. Well, immunology shots. So, but before then, I started eating just a little bit of beef once a week just to see. And then what's on this arm has started on this arm. So I was like, oh, you're kidding me. It's like, all right, here we go. So I stopped, but then it cleared up. And I was like, wait a minute, let's see if this will work. So my son goes, how about you just do like Anastasia? Eat it a couple times a week to get your body saying, oh, this is okay. I don't need a flare up or anything like that. The tests have all come back negative. And I giggled and laughed because he goes, what's so funny? It's because Joy said the same thing. So y'all thinking on the same lines. So that's what we started doing. Well, this arm has cleared up. Let's see, all nice and clear. It's this one. But my fingers have y'all in the last few weeks I've showed y'all about my fingers are flaring up again. But they've stopped to the point where now, this is all crusted right here on this finger and it hurts. But I'm just like, it's okay. But I know what time it is. I know it's time to do another Daniel fast. And I'm going to do a detox at the same time. Because that's kind of like what Daniel fast is doing, is detoxing your body. So tomorrow, and I'll post on this channel and the cooking channel what I'm fixing for breakfast and what I'm fixing for my lunch, and then we'll have a dinner. I think tomorrow they have chicken out, so I know tomorrow's a chicken dish. So I'll see what vegetables they have. I've got oh, thank you, Cindy. I know, and it's like I was like, all right, Lord, this is us. This is enough. I don't want no more of it. I like something not right. So tomorrow, all right. So I'm not gonna have any chicken because it's gonna be a 2-night dish. So it'll probably be the chicken noodle soup. So I'll have that Thursday and Friday. Saturday's always spaghetti. So we always know most of the time, Thursday and Friday is a 2-night dish. We'll always know that Saturday's spaghetti and Sunday is like whatever night type thing. So I am prepared for those days and everything. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to find out what they're having. And they do it week by week. All right, see you later. So starting tomorrow, I'll probably have like eggs for breakfast for a couple of days because I also do the low carb. Also, you can have like your oatmeal and your fruits. So I love blueberries. So like oatmeal and blueberries will be one breakfast or brunch or something another. I've got a lot of beans in there that I can use that I'm going to soak and I'm going to use those. Um, Now, Friday night, I'm supposed to be making a beans burger because I didn't do last Friday. Because last Friday, for some strange reason, I was okay, but then all of a sudden, I just didn't. What's that? Didn't feel good. All of a sudden, I just like had this headache. Or I had a headache always. The day starts before I go get my shots and the day after. But last Friday, the headache was even worse than it was the week before. So I'm like, I went to bed early. So this Friday night on the cooking channel, I'll be making a bean burger. I want whatever beans I have in there, because I've got black beans and I got some pinto beans, and I had some black eyed peas. So I was like, So I might make three types of burgers because I've always wanted to try. I've tried the bean burgers from the store, the pre-packaged ones and all that, and they were never good. Even when I was working at GNC and we took over the health food store and it had all that stuff in it. It tasted like cardboard back then. I was back in 1998. I was like, and I've tried them since, and they kind of like still have that bland flavor. So, I'm gonna make some my own, and we're gonna figure out how this is gonna work because that's something I could do when I'm on the Daniel fast. If I want a burger, because I'm not gonna have any meat, I can make a bean burger and make it my way. Or is it have it your way at da da da? So well, that's gonna be Friday night, and then Saturday, and it depends on how that goes. If they go really good, I can have one Saturday night. No, Saturday for lunch or something or another. So your Daniel fast is 21 days of fasting. Now, if you need to eat or you need to have certain dietary needs, then fast something else. It used to be it's always food, it was always food, and that's why I never did it for a long time because I was like, I've always been the person I need to eat. I never had low blood sugar, never had high blood sugar, nothing like that, but I need to eat. I want to try and make bean burgers too. Oh, sweet. Mason and you and I gonna have to do a live together. Get a group of us do a live together and cook. And so I'm like, because usually, even when I was in high school, even if it was just a couple of pieces of toast in the morning, something quick, because I was sleeping as late as I could before I went to school. So I have a toast with butter and had my lunch already made the night before and before I started driving to school. And then came home and had a snack and then had dinner. But I knew that I need to eat something. And I know we'd be laughing all the time. You're laughing a lot. But laughing is good. Laughter is the best medicine for the soul. So even now, I when I get up, by the time I sit there, do my devotions, pray, make my coffee, I sit down. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, where did the morning go already? But then I'm also doing a Bible study or I'm doing something else. And I'm like, oh, by 11 o'clock, I'm going to go, I'm hungry. So that's why I call it brunch because it's between 11 and 12:30. Um, and I was like, today I made a chicken wrap. It was sliced chicken sandwich sliced meat. And I put cheese on it, put it in the microwave, heated it up, added some lettuce to it and everything, added some French's fried onions. Oh, I love French's fried onions. And then made a wrap and ate that for lunch. And then, went out for dinner. So today I kind of just like didn't want to do anything as far as fancy stuff or anything. I had cereal. It was like a granola cereal for breakfast, brunch. I need to write down what I also. I've been keeping that journal, and so I also suggest that keep a journal of what you're eating. And then as you go back and look, okay, wait a minute, I had this one day, but I had this symptom 3 days later. Could it be what I ate 3 days before? And then you start seeing a pattern. So that's why I've been journaling again what I've been eating. And I haven't done it the last few days, so I'm kind of behind. But pretty much I can remember what we had for dinner and everything. It's like tonight they had pizza. Well, I didn't have pizza, so that's all right. Um, but going back to what I'm eating, because sometimes I'll eat something, all of a sudden I start itching. My hands start itching, and this starts itching. This itch, this will itch, and I'm just like, oh, why do when I eat something I itch? I don't know. Anastasia knows why, because she's having regular milk, and her lips are itching, her tongue's itching, you know, and the doctor told them that's okay. That that's your body signaling, hey, you done had something that we know we're not supposed to have, but wait a minute, this is what's going on. And her doctor told her, you're fine unless, all right, if your lips start to swell or you get the hives and everything, hives, then that's when you start. And they've got, it's not Benadryl, they got oh my goodness, the other one. I can't think of Allegra, not Allegra, but they said don't use Benadryl anymore because it's been linked to various diseases. That's not good. So, oh my goodness, Zyrtec. She's got Zyrtec upstairs. And I've got Allegra and I have a Zyrtec also because, sometimes I might need an allergy pill. Now, tomorrow I will take an allergy pill because I have to before my shot. And so always have something in my hand that you need. I also have an EpiPen because with the allergies I do have, or something else could happen with eating, trying to eat regular pork or more beef than anything. If I happen to have a reaction to something else, and like the allergy pill's not working, but with the EpiPen, because if you eat something that you don't realize, all right, that you have an allergy to, or you have an allergy and something's in a product that's not labeled. So that's been a lot of the recalls also here lately. Recall because the label didn't, like peanuts was not on the label. So if somebody had ate it and had a peanut allergy, that could be really bad. And I think peanut allergy is kind of like the worst because some people who are just even allergic to the peanut dust, and they can have a reaction. So even like with soy or milk, if it's not put in the label, those were coming up too about recalls for that. The milk wasn't on the label or soy wasn't on the label. I'm just like, that's just, in my opinion, being careless because they know people have food allergies. So that's why I have the EpiPen. But also, when everything starts itching, if I eat something and all of a sudden I just start itching, I'm like, okay, I sit down, breathe in, and try and think of something else. Do something else. Get your mind off of it. That's what they tell Anastasia also. Breathe, get your mind on something else, play a video game. So like now, this is itching. So what I do when it starts itching, instead, because I rub it like this because I don't want to do it with my fingernails. I use the CeraVe. I used to call it Crave. That's just the way my mind looked at it. It says Crave. No, that's not how you pronounce it. I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce that. So then somebody told me it's CeraVe. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll still let Crave. It's just Crave to me. So this is about out. But it's red, it's itching. I put it on, the redness goes down. So that just makes me think, all right, I see, and then the redness goes down. And it stops itching. So when they all talk about gut health and, when things are unhealthy in the gut and everything, it'll show up in different spots. What's the biggest organ in your body? On your body? It's your skin. It's going to show up on your skin some way, shape, or form. So I'm like, yeah, I know that. This has got to be something that's going on the inside. So we're going to start with the walnut, wormwood, and here are the directions. It says, as an herbal supplement, take approximately a half to 2 milliliters, approximately 14 to 15 drops, 2 to 3 times daily, and juice or water before meals and or at bedtime. So let's begin. This product is best used by gradually increasing doses over 2 week period with a week break before repeating. Do not exceed recommended dose. This product is not intended for long-term use. So right there, I know for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna start with a half a dose. I'm gonna make sure I put it in water or juice because I don't like how that magnesium drop tastes. Even with the water, that thing that's minerals, like wow. I'm like, mm-mm. So I have the mullein, and when I got this Monday, yeah, Monday, yeah, I got it Monday, and I'm like, took one dropper without eating. That's because I was doing the fast, and I'm like, yeah, it'll be all right. I could be all right. This right here, and this side, this on this, that's what that popped up. I'm like, I know I'm not allergic to mullein. I know I'm not. I was like, okay, so something in my body didn't like the mullein. I don't know. So I'm like, this is, I know itching is just terrible. We had the windows open yesterday. This was before Anastasia's OIT because it's in the after during dinner. Because I'm itching because we got the windows open. A little bit later, she goes, "I'm itching," and she started telling everybody, "I'm like, it's the pollen in the air. It's okay. We haven't had any rain, so the pollen. It's not much of the tree pollen, but it's the ragweed." So we've got, that ragweed is high. So that's, I'm having a reaction to either that or something else. I'm like, take a deep breath. And I got to breathe. So you breathe. And I think of myself when I was using an EMT and somebody's in pain and we're sitting there we tell people, breathe through it. And the patient looks at us like, are you crazy or something? Because now like, I've been on both sides. I've been, helping the person medical, and I've been the patient, and I like, and I, well, when I sit there and say, they tell me to breathe, I'm like, I know that, but it's, I don't know what's going on. All right, so mullen. Alrighty, they're talking about the new video game that's coming out. Alright, so without getting my book over there, the possible benefits of mullein. It has anti-inflammatory, pain-relieving, anti-tumor properties, flavonoids, which have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties. Let's see, phenylpropanoids, which have and antioxidants, antiviral properties. So I'll put this in here. I mean, it's Healthline. That's just one place that you can go to get things. Go to the library, get herbal books, look it up, because research yourself. What things what you have, what side effects and everything. Because it's just easier. I mean, to me, I love going to the library and getting stuff myself and looking it up. And I have thriftbooks.com. No, I'm not an affiliate, but I'm going to put that plug in anyway. Thriftbooks.com. That's where I got all my books from. I'll do a video and post it here about all my herb books I've got. Some people I've gotten books from, but other ones I've purchased myself that I really need to sit down and read too, because I'll be looking up different things at different times instead of just looking at the whole book. So starting tomorrow we'll be starting the Daniel Fast Day 1. And I will post it on the channel, and I'll post it on both channels what I'm doing. So I most likely will have eggs, and I'll make them in the little mini waffle maker and make me some eggs. Use seasoning because that helps your food taste better. Like your seasonings, your best fruits and vegetables. And if you need meat, you can have meat. I'm just going to do it that way myself. And I'm going to do it along with these. And then once the 21 days are up, well, the 3 days, so starting tomorrow, start the Daniel fast. Fruits and vegetables and your oats, legumes, your beans. What else she say? Now she said, if you were doing a Daniel fast and you wanted bread, you can make like flat bread without the yeast, and then you can have your bread. And I've done that too. Make flat bread. It's just dough and water, and you just bake it whatever, and there you go. Don't use baking soda because that was she was talking about also if that's a leavening agent if you're doing the unleavened thing. So, but I was like, if you don't want to do bread, you don't have to do bread. If you have a certain diet that you have to go through and eat and everything, then you can do fasting a different way. Whether it's you could do if you drink soda, eat soda, you can fast soda, or if you want to fast coffee, other types of juices or stuff like that. You can also fast your computer. I know we all on the computers nowadays and everything. But start off maybe an hour or 2 hours or something and pick up something else to do. I've got the crochet books over there. I have pattern books over there. I've got a lot of books I can be reading. or just, and get up and just close it. It's always going to be there. YouTube will always be there. It's not going away. I heard that there were issues with it today. It's not going anywhere. It's technology. So things are going to happen, with technology, especially back in the old days when, we first got computers and everything, and AOL dial up and everything. When someone called in, it got kicked off because the phone call was coming in. Alrighty, my hair. Lovely. So, you know, you can just sit down the next day, think about what you do all day long, what you're on, um, what you watch. That made me think there's something else I could do. Because y'all know I love Murder She Wrote. I've got the whole series and everything, and Emergency and Magnum and all that. Well, I could sit there and so I say it's background noise, but I really actually do watch the DVDs. So I was like, okay, well, that's something I can do. That's another type of fast. I can fast from the TV and watching the DVDs. I can watch, if you got a favorite show, a TV show and everything, you can do those. I'm doing the Daniel fast because I'm trying to cleanse my body out and cleanse my system and everything so I can get this off my arm and then just kind of like do a restart of what am I doing? What am I eating? Is it my eating? Is it something else in the air? Like I said, we've got the windows open. Of course, we got mold and stuff that, well, that's more dirt than it is mold in the windows that need to be cleaned and everything. So I'm like looking at that, trying to figure out, is it that? Well, I'm taking shots for that already. So I have to go back through my notes and find out exactly when did this start. Because it started with this arm, just like it did with the right eye. Start with the right side, then I went to the left side. And I was trying to, when it started with my right hand, there's a pattern. There's a pattern. It started with my right hand, then my left hand. So it always starts on the right side, then it goes to the left side, and then it takes the left side longer to clear up than it does the right side. So there's a pattern there. And then, is my left hip the one that actually hurts the most, and it's just the pain radiates to my left side? I don't know, but my body sits there tells me my left side hurts more than the right. So I there's a pattern there. So why does it start with the right side and then go to the left side, but then it lingers on the left side? So because my eyes have finally, all this is fine. This is my left eye. So I'm touching my left eye. All that finally cleared up. This right eye, it clears up. Now, every once in a while, like I said, when I eat something, it starts right here, it starts to itch. And I'm like, no, it's not going to itch. It's going to go away, because I don't want it to itch. And then it actually does stop. And I'm like, okay, so why did that start? What did I eat? And I had peanut butter, like so on the low carb. You can have just like go get a spoon of peanut butter, and it's protein, basically low carbs. And I'm like, that's all I ate. Why am I itching? And then I get to thinking, I was like, okay, it's not gonna itch. I'm fine. I'm not allergic to peanut butter. It didn't touch anything. I was like, oh. Yes, it's still water. But I was like, I'm praying to the Lord, talking to the Lord, like, I want to eat regular food again. I'm tired trying to figure out why I break out, what is going on. I was like, I just want it because this, and I like a good steak. No, there was brats there, and I was just like, oh my goodness, they look so good. And I'm like, do I only want to try to eat one? Do I not want to try one? What, you know? So that was debate going on in my mind too. And I decided, well, I'll just go ahead. I'll try everything, and then we're gonna see in 3 days what happens. Because usually, unless you're like really high on the chart with dairy, whatever allergy you have, it takes about 3 days. Sometimes within that 3 days, you'll find out. You may not be allergic to the peanuts, but you could be allergic to the extra stuff in the peanut butter, like the sugar and canola oil. Well, see, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, and I'm like, well, look, let me go get the peanut butter. Oh, it's skipping. So it has roasted peanuts, sugar, hydrogenated vegetable oil, cottonseed, soybean, and rapeseed oil. Why do they call it that? I have no idea. To prevent separation, and salt. I've had this stuff all my life from different brands. And I'm like, sometimes I sit there and think, I wonder if I'm just thinking if I, you know, oh, could it be this? And all of a sudden I start itching. So my son used to tell me, he still does every once in a while. He goes, it's all in your head. I'm like, no, it's not. They tested that. I don't know. But it could be. Well, I know it's not soy because we did the soy test. Oh, okay. Well, why can't they just put canola oil on it in the first place? Well, duh, Nancy. Cottonwood is one of the trees I'm allergic to, but it's the pollen from the tree, and it's not actually the cottonwood itself. So that could be possible without even me thinking about the peanut butter. It could be because we did the soybean test and that came back negative, and we also got Peter Pan. So let's compare the two. And I forgot to show y'all this. Chef and Tammy yesterday gave us pumpkins. This is a sugar pie pumpkin. This is what I was trying to grow this year. That didn't work. Who knows? The seed probably just sitting there waiting for the springtime. All right, so we got peanut butter, the Peter Pan peanut butter. It says roasted peanuts, sugar, less than 2% hydrogenated vegetable oil, rapeseed and cottonseed oil, and salt. So both of them have the same things in it. It will have similar ingredients unless it's natural peanut butter. And I've had the natural peanut butter um, before, and it's pretty cool because you got to stir it every single time you go to use it. Just like so, I will use the rest of this up and then I'll get some natural peanut butter because then I can test and see, is it that? Could it be the cottonseed oil in it? I'm just like, well, why are you going to put cottonseed stuff in food anyway? That don't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Cottonseed, really? It's the cottonwood. If you have cottonwood around you, it's the little white puffy stuff that looks like it's snowing in the springtime when it's, in the air and it's all the pollen going everywhere. So that's what we're trying to, oh, okay. Cottonseed oil is a seed from the cotton that textiles are made with. Oh, well, then I'm good with that. But the cottonwood is what so, when you see the cottonwood, the white floaty stuff, we used to sit there and grab because we thought it was the white stuff from the dandelions. We used to grab it, make a wish, and let it go, and it come true. So me and Anastasia used to try to grab the cottonwood stuff and make a wish and let it go. And I was like, with all that stuff, it's like no wonder people are sneezing so much. And then with that, and then the canola oil, I can see how some of that is. Hey, Karma, good to see you. I found a natural peanut butter that benefits people with special abilities. It's called Titties, and it's so yummy. Oh, that is good. Cool. Let's see, I'm just in here talking about it, and I start itching. But, like I said, I've been out today. So, inside allergies, outside allergies. And it's like, my son-in-law goes, we're going to put you in a bubble. I'm like, no, you're not. We're going to work through this. A couple other things I was thinking. Well, the butters and everything. So, yes, like the dairy-free butter or the vegan butter, however they call it, and everything, that had they were made with olive oil or avocado, which was fine. But like you said, they're gonna add all the stuff in to make it to have a stabilizer and everything. So when Anastasia next year gets through her OT and she's done gone through the build up and she gets to the maintenance phase, we can have regular real butter in the house. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so cool. Have that, and then and y'all just go to the store and look at what they have for as far as vegan or dairy free stuff and for people with allergies and everything. It's not a big selection, not at all. Especially with the cheeses. The first brand was Daiya. Then Follow Your Heart came out. Then it was Via Life and Miyoko's. And now, like the regular stores, like Kroger has their own. Um, Walmart's supposed to, but it's not in the store because they've looked. And then, Myers. So most grocery stores are coming out with their own. But it's just like one, two rows. Then you got a little bit of the dairy, the vegan sour cream and everything. But you go to the cheese section, and it's like 50 brands right there. Plus the store brand and this brand, and you got the Philadelphia cream cheese, but then you got 10 other different brands of cream cheese. It's like, wow. I would recommend getting the butter from Aldi. All right, cool. I have to. They don't go Aldi that much. Sometimes it's just short trips to the store and get back home as quick as possible. So they go to the store, to look for stuff, and like because there's nothing there. No cream cheese, no sour cream. There's they don't have this much in the shredded cheese because we used to stock up on it, but you can't anymore because I'm not knocking people who want to eat vegetarian or vegan or whatever, but please realize there are people who have food allergies that need those products because we go to the store to get it and it's all gone. And I'm like, way I understand why people want to eat that way. That's fine. But when people, save some for the rest of us. So last week they went grocery shopping, and like out of the 10 things I put on the grocery list, 5 things were out. And some of it could have had coupons. So I said, well, it is the beginning of the month, and people have SNAP benefits. That's fine. I understand that. And then you got couponers. So you know, try, and you can't sit there and go really any other day of the week because those days take up for other times and everything. So it's like it's okay, we just keep on going. So we do have the rice cakes. So I was looking up the other day how to make rice cakes, but that wasn't the way they were showing it. I was like, that's not what I want. So I tried to put puff rice cakes, and they use puff rice cereal to make the rice cakes. I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for either. just like, just forget it. I'll just get them to get those because Anastasia likes those, and we use that as a snack. Um, because I get fennel, and so Anastasia likes the bulb parts, so we use that as a snack. Now I've done like the celery and peanut butter and stuff. Now I see, I don't sit here and talk about it. I think it's what does it sometimes, but I'm good. I'm gonna stop it scratching. So because what I had tonight, I should be all right. But see, my knees itching. It starts with the right side. Know why it starts with the right side? I have no idea. But I'm okay. I'm not going to take a Benadryl tonight because I've got to take one in the morning before I go to the doctor. Then I see part of this itching could be because I was outside. Was, you know, we went to Schmidt's German restaurant in downtown Columbus, and so I was out in the pollen. They got the mums out there and everything, so that's another reason why I could be itching. Not necessarily it was the food. So those are things I'm writing down, keeping a track up of trying to make sure that when I go back to the doctor or I need to make an appointment because I don't see her anymore, I just go get the shots and everything. I can say, all right, I need to make an appointment to see the allergist. This, and this is going on. She gave me cortisone cream to put on here, but I've noticed if I don't, that's for the itching. I don't, if I just rub it like this or put the lotion on. Here's my castor oil and olive oil blend with eucalyptus, which I've researched, and that's good for um, inflammation, antifungal, and everything. So that's what I was talking about last week. Could this been an antifungal something or another, but it never shows up in my blood work. So we don't know. But I will start this black walnut wormwood, this one tomorrow, and the mullein. Mullein is good for inflammation, because I have a lot of inflammation, because I have fibromyalgia. So certain foods flare up that inflammation, like potatoes, which I cheated a little bit tonight because, it was to go out and have a good time with friends. But potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and eggplants, they increase inflammation. So that's why I grew my own tomatoes and peppers to see, could it be what they spray on the food? I didn't have any issues with my yellow pear tomatoes or the banana peppers I grew. So that's why next year I'm going to grow this big beef yellow tomatoes, because I want a big tomato so I can have a tomato sandwich. And I'm out of water. And so that I will definitely have other things I need to do to fix that up, so I can grow that big plant. But I stopped the nettle. I stopped that completely. Because it just lowered my blood pressure too much. Because that's what it's good for. That's one of the benefits of it. Looking it up and everything is to help with lower your blood pressure. And it was just like, it's just lowering it too much. I was like, no wonder the little pacemaker was like on. Those are all in nightshade family. Yep. The darker colors have more of the substance that causes inflammation. Exactly. And my gardener the other day, he was talking about if you want to grow a tomato that has less acid, it was the yellow tomato. The yellow. Dr. I don't want to say the name because I'll get it wrong. But he said, but it's one of my gardener, he said the yellow has less acid. So I'm like, yeah, I already got that tomato. I'm going to grow it next year because, you can take those tomatoes, even the orange or the yellow, and white is, there you go. Thank you, Misha. And still make your tomato sauce with it and your tomato paste and stuff like that. Now, I know my brother-in-law, when he used to cook spaghetti, he would put, like a teaspoon or so of sugar in it and his sauce when it was cooking. And one day my sister asked him, and I just looked at her like, you don't know that trick? After all these years we've been doing it. And oh, good. I like a sweet tomato. It's like the sugar in the spaghetti sauce, like your regular spaghetti sauce, reduces that acid in it. How well that really works, I have no idea. But it really made me understand why red tomato sauce always gives me heartburn. All the time. And regular peppers, your bell peppers and all. So I was like, since I did my experiment of growing my own tomatoes and banana peppers, and I didn't have that reaction to it, I didn't have heartburn with those, I'm like, it kind of gives me a theory about what's going on about store-bought stuff. But, if that's what you have, that's what you have. Because my son goes, why do you put stuff on the grocery list that you're growing out there? I'm like, tomatoes take like 90 to 100 days to fully come on the vine. Hey, how you doing, makeup mom and son? I think same thing with peppers. Or some things take like 45 to 120 days to grow. He's like, I'm like, yeah, that's why a lot of people start their gardening so early, because it takes things to grow. My mom's fibromyalgia is flavored with tomatoes too. She tolerates Roma tomatoes the best. That's so cool. Sun Gold and Sun Sugar are two excellent cherry tomatoes that are yellow, gold, and sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I need more containers because I got too many varieties of things I want to grow. And it's like, yeah, I'll be getting some more containers next year. I'll probably get another whiskey barrel and a few others because Misha dropped me off tonight, and when she was backing up, I kind of like I said, if you see, look, I said one thing I did this year, well, I kind of did this year, but what was cool is neighbors are growing their own stuff. There's tomatoes. The neighbor on the same our same building, but the other end of it. They've got planters, I mean huge planters out in the front and everything, growing stuff. In the back right there, the back window, um, there's an area right there. That's where I've got my containers. But they grew tomato stuff. They even got stuff that's taller than the window right there. And other planters right there. And I was like, yes, people are growing their own stuff. So it's like, yeah, but I need tomato cages. Now, what I'm curious is right beside all right, here's the two big containers and the three whiskey barrels. But right here on the side, there's nothing that's mulch. And I threw some mullein seeds there and some evening primrose seeds to see if they would grow, and they didn't grow yet. So I don't know if things are just like dormant right now because then they'll start growing in the springtime, or what happened because I put it in a container and nothing happened. And when I went to dump it, um, the back to root soil had slugs in it. I mean, but they were big stuff like that. And I'm quite sure they came in that soil like that. So I will be getting the Happy Frog soil, which does so well, and redo those containers. Um, yeah, I won't recommend back to roots at all. That just didn't do any good. Let's see here. And as far as like with the Daniel fast, as far as sweeteners go, that's part of it. Just the sugar and everything. I've always been using stevia. Well, not always, but Splenda when that came out. And now I've got stevia that I use. Old school stuff was sweet and low or equal, but we used them. We have no reaction to that. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Job, y'all have a good night. But that's what I use with my coffee. It's the liquid stevia. The baking, I do use regular sugar, but I also have the whole sugar that's all natural sugar and everything. I'll put in my baking. Sometimes it's just cheaper just buy regular sugar, you know. But most of the time with the regular sugar, it's used to make brown sugar or just in baking. We don't, when they have teas, they use it, but it's not something that's consumed every single day, 3 or 4 times a day. If you if you had like 6 cups of coffee or whatever, and they kept using the sugar or anything like that, it just doesn't get used like that. Not like it used to. So, you know, that's one thing I noticed that we've cut out was that sugar. And it's only in baking. Like I made the pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, and that video comes out next week on the cooking channel. It calls for a half a cup. It was like a half a cup of sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. I made my own brown sugar with the sugar and molasses. So, and then I eat one a day, and Anastasia eats one a day. Well, I didn't have one today, and she didn't have one today. So we may have one tomorrow. We may not have one tomorrow. I won't have one tomorrow because, well, I'm starting. So, you know, to me, I know sugar doesn't have an effect on me. It's just that if eating at certain times, that's something I have to do because if I don't, it's like Tuesday. By 12:30, 1 o'clock Tuesday, I was getting so nauseous and so sick. I was like, all right, I just can't. I need something to eat. I was trying to get to 5 o'clock because they were fixing chicken and stuff, and I'm just like, it was all right. So my son had fried chicken last night, green bean casserole, and potatoes. I know I ate potatoes 2 days in a row. Tomorrow I'll probably be hurting, but I was like, I like it. I like the green bean casserole and everything, but by 12:30, 1 o'clock, I was like, all right, Lord, I can't do it like this. And I was like, I really hard to eat. So that's what I got me something to eat. And I'm like, okay, so we're going to fast something else. I'm going to start the Daniel fast, do no meat. That's part of the fasting. I'll fast my TV show. That's another part of the fasting. And then, with the Daniel fast, starting the detox. So, really getting to learning that, yes, doing a fast is good and everything, but I've noticed if I don't eat, 2 to 3 meals a day, at least get my fiber, get some kind of fiber in every day. I don't go to the bathroom like I should be doing. And I'm like, and I don't like that because that puts the weight on. And I'm like, I've almost lost about 50 pounds. I'm like, I'm not putting that back on. My hip feels, all right today because I've done more walking than I normally do and everything is hurting and everything. But with the weight coming off and everything, yeah, it hurts, but it's not a 10. It's more like, 5, or sometimes it's a 3 or something. It depends on what I'm doing. And I'm like, I'm not putting this weight back on. So I know myself, I need to eat stuff that has fiber in it. Oatmeal is fiber. Flaxseed oil is good for fiber too. So then, look for things that have fiber in it and start adding those into your meals. So like tomorrow, like I said, I'll start with eggs and then I'll probably have, I want to say a salad, but I've got lettuce and I got celery, I got radishes, and I have some beets so I can make me a salad. And then for dinner, depends on what side they're having tomorrow. Where I have some cauliflower in the freezer, and I've got spinach. I got stuff I can make a soup. Like just put different vegetables in. They also used to do the cabbage soup, and but I'm not gonna have any cabbage because I've also been trying to do that. Eat right for your blood type. Well, type A, you're not supposed to have any cabbage. I had some tonight because I had sauerkraut. But I'm good. Um, so it's a lot of things to sit there and look at. Magnesium citrate helps with going. I take magnesium at nighttime to help when I go to bed because it helps my sciatica that I don't have my leg won't jerk. But yes, magnesium is really good for helping with going to the bathroom. Yep, I remember that growing up as a kid. Castor oil. Hey, you can't go to the bathroom. Come here, here. In the mouth that goes. It's like, why? Oh, but yeah. Now I have the glycinate, and I have I think that was a citrate um over there. But I know one thing, magnesium. I have no problems falling asleep at all, but it really does help my sleep at nighttime because I need to do some more of my beetroot capsules. But if I take those two together, the magnesium and the beetroot, I'll sleep all night long because most of the time I'm up, sometimes 2 or 3 times in the night. Oh, you turn over and you wake up and you lay there and it's like, I don't want to get up. And all of a sudden your body goes, you got to go to the bathroom. And you lay there and I debate with myself for about 30 minutes before I just get up and go. Because just get up and go. Because I'm like, I ain't having those accidents. I'm not there. I'm not going to be there. No, I'm not going to wear a diaper. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just have to. Um, some things just happen. Oh, let's see here. Now, as far as the other things I have over there, like the other mushroom complex, the turkey tail, and the mullein foam I got from Teresa, I'm not going to take because it's made with vodka. Um, and vodka is made from potatoes. So there's nothing wrong with products. It's just that I heard that did not help. Um, Now, I haven't taken the other mushroom complex from Wild and Organic, so now I know it's that my arm that didn't come from that. Um, I stopped everything over there, and I'm like, okay, it's been a couple of weeks. This is still here. It didn't clear up, so now I know what products it's not coming from. But I did want to use the mullein because I want to try this for information. Now my hands aren't tight tonight, but my hands are swollen. So this is usually loose because usually I'm messing with it because it's so loose. So my hands are swollen tonight. So I'm like, So it's either inflammation or whatever. I remember my mom used to do that. She go, my rings aren't loose tonight. My hands are swollen. So that's probably is part from the inflammation. And that's my thinking, because I do place my ring. This is my grandmother/mother's ring that my kids got me. They got that when Anastasia was born. So she was born. So I've had this since 2014. So 11 years. And it was at a time that I could not get this ring on at all. I can get it on my left hand. I can wear it, and it's not as loose as it is on my right hand. But I wear it on my right hand instead. So that was one way I know about losing weight and everything was my ring. If I could get it on, if I couldn't get it on, if it spins around on my finger loosely, or if it doesn't spin loosely. And so tonight is like just one of those nights. No. So, but that's what's going on. That's what I'm starting tomorrow. I will be uploading the videos from tonight's gathering, the food that we had and everything. I did take pictures and little videos of the um, buffet and everything so that everybody can see what's on there. Um, and I did take pictures of all the desserts. It's like, oh, they had so much I wanted to have. So as far as going out to eat, on that note before, I could have had something there, but then like I was explaining to everybody there, it's kind of not that I couldn't have it. It's just that I would have to wash my hands, brush my teeth, do this, chew gum, and all that before I got home, or when I got home, walk in, go do all that before I go see Anastasia. So it's like, you know, we just got to a point where just don't eat, but I don't, didn't eat, go, we found restaurants that we could get to, like ramen, and there's Chinese, most Chinese places don't have dairy there, or dishes that don't have dairy. But I was really impressed with Schmidt's because they have an allergy menu and they've got stuff on there that's dairy free. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. So this, when I've been talking a lot, but it's all allergies. So the stitching, like I said, it was outside where and normally places that I don't normally go. And so all that dust and everything stirring up too. Oh my goodness gracious. And since I got up, I'll give y'all a sneak peek. Here is the pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. Now, I will give y'all a little tip because I've got to do another experiment. Was making homemade icing because I used to decorate cakes a long time ago. But I decorated cakes. I had a catering business, and also I was like, we're gonna ice the muffins. It's fall and having orange and blah 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 and everything. Yeah, that icing did not come out. So I think it's the almond milk. So I think I have to cut back on the almond as the almond. Not that it's the almond milk itself. The cut back is the amount to use because it would not stiffen up. And I even put cream of tartar in it. So when the video comes out, y'all gotta watch it because it's hilarious. And I'm just like, this is not working. I was like, oh, sis. I'm like, okay. Anastasia says icing tastes good. I was like, of course it does. It's powdered sugar. It's like, oh my goodness. I did that to her one day. Um, we were had made her pancakes. And I was supposed to be putting powdered sugar on it. And I think I put flour on it instead. Because I had it in the jars. I had it labeled. I thought I know. Picked up powdered sugar. I put flour on the pancakes instead of powdered sugar. She goes, I can't eat these. So how do we make them over? I was like, well, the flour is in the pancake. Why don't you eat it on top? She went, Grandma, that doesn't work. I said, I know. So, some things is just hilarious. You just gotta laugh. But, I'm like, I've got to redo that recipe, do that icing and see what works, what doesn't work. Because they call for butter. Now, if you go by Wilton's, it calls for Crisco oil. We didn't have Crisco oil. We didn't have it. What we had, we threw it away because we thought it was the soy that I was allergic to. Come to find out it's not soy. Can't have lard, and we definitely can't have the beef tallows. Not anytime soon. So it's either Crisco or butter, and I use butter. But the recipe I found online, I was trying to follow, and I was like, this is not working. I'm going to make my own recipe again. So be watching for... I will try to make a video every day or a short about the Daniel fast. I said, I'll try. No, so thank y'all so much. I've been on here for an hour and a half. I told Misha, I said, I'll be on here. Misha, you still driving? That's just yes or no. I'll wait for her response. Because I said, I'll stay up as long as she's driving so I can help keep her awake. Oh, you got about an hour? Oh, that's easy peasy. I can stay on for another hour. I'll go to bed till later anyway. All right, so this is how my sleep goes. You'll be fine if you need to go to bed. Look, I can get ready, go to bed, lay down. I'm like, okay, I'm in the bed for the night. I'm fine. Go to sleep and wake up 15 minutes later thinking, okay, or 30 minutes. I guess, but oh no, it's only been 30 minutes. Then I'll lay there again and tell myself it's time to go to sleep. You need to go to sleep. You guys do this in the morning. It's time to go to sleep. It's like, oh my goodness. That's how it is every single night. It doesn't matter. I can sit there. I'll lay there. Go to sleep. I'll have some about a 30-minute video on. I'll wake up and it's still going. I'm like, you're kidding me. It had been only 10 minutes. Sometimes I wake up and it's off. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've slept for a while. No, it's only been 30 minutes. Hey, Ace, how you doing? Oh, make sure I'll stay on. So I got plenty to talk about. That's how I gotta get more water. So yeah, those pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, they are really good. And I picked up the bottle, don't have no water in it. So, and then let's see here. Made those. I got a coffee creamer coming out. And here is the funny thing. And I have videos on the other channel, the cooking channel. So Sunday I was drinking my coffee, and that's why I was like, I had put the creamer in there, and I was like, it's a pumpkin creamer I made for my coffee. Like, okay, I'll look at the bottom of it, and there's this pumpkin in it. I'm like, wait a minute here. Why is it? Oh, yeah, you put regular pumpkin in there. So it's going to be pumpkin in your coffee. Yeah, so, and then I made pumpkin spice, and I got my other spice blend that I use. I'll put in my coffee also. It's the one with the chocolate that's on this channel. And then, so, like I said, all right, so I've got carrots and peas. I've got cauliflower. I've got spinach. My beets. So that was like, oh, I got, turkey spam. It's like, yeah, then I'll just have to, and I keep forgetting I have that because got them to get that purposely to do a video about turkey spam. And I keep forgetting about it. Um, and then the canned chicken. And I got chicken in the freezer because we separated some out for me so I can sit there and use chicken for videos and everything. I was like, well, at least I know it's in the freezer that I'll be using that in 21 days. So today's the 15th, 21 days. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the calendar and my mind is not looking at it, counting it. Exactly. Talking about itching that makes you itch. All right, so calendar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, starting today, later on. It's after midnight. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which would be November 5th. Anastasia's birthday. Because I know we're going to have cake and ice, or we'll have some type of cake or brownie or something another. Nancy, can you eat gobblers? As long as they have no dairy in them, I think we can. Is that a candy, Ace? Turkey. Oh, I can have turkey. I'm doing a Daniel fast because I keep having a reaction to something and we don't know what it is. So I'm doing a Daniel fast and a detox at the same time. Oh yeah, turkey and chicken is what I eat most of the time. Trying to figure out, because I've done the alpha-gal test, they've done the pork, IgE, the beef, the soy, all that comes back negative, but I'm still having some kind of reaction to something. So it's time for another Daniel fast and do a detox and cleanse my system out and do like just a reset, just to find out what's going on. And I was telling people, I got cut my finger the other day. I hit it. That felt so good. So I was like, just do a reset. You keep journaling even when you do what, whatever you're doing. So like today, I'll sit there and write down what I had for dinner last night. Then I'll start again and I'll put at the top the Daniel fast and then different things I'm eating and everything. So that's what I've done. We looked at the peanut butter. I got them to get a can of butter beans. I call them butter beans, baby lima beans, because oh my goodness, it was a recipe I saw on Pinterest. I thought it was to make like whipped topping or something like that. I cannot find that recipe for anything. I know I saved it on a bookmark, and I've gone through and I'm like, where is this recipe? And then I forgot what it's called. So now I gotta go through because I have one that says food ingredients and go through the list. I should be towards, not too down at the bottom of the list, but I'm like, what was this thing called? I'm like, I wanted to make it so much. I even went back on the Pinterest to find out. I put in there, baby lima beans, butter beans, all kinds of different ways. And it hasn't come up. And I was like, that has to be a fluke thing. Now I can't find it. And I got so many ideas. Maybe my history, Google history. No, I clean that out. every once in a while. Clear it out, especially because this laptop's old. So when it starts going slow on things, I clean the history out so it can help things run faster. But yeah, I'm like, I've got to find that recipe because I wanted to do it because it was so interesting. And then I have, because I've got beans in there. I've got black beans. I've got white beans, pinto beans, and I got I call them chickpeas or garbanzo beans and everything, because you can use the liquid from the chickpeas or whatever and make a like whipped topping with that also. So, and I got a huge can over here behind. What do you see that Christmas flag underneath the chair? And I was like, it's a number 10 can. I'm like, I haven't opened that yet because I gotta like think of things or what to do to use them for, besides just put them in a salad or whatever. Because I want to use them to make something. So I could make those into a burger because those are already. I don't have to soak those. I just have to open the can. We can still do I might do a chickpea burger Friday night. I'm gonna go get the Vicks vapor rub. Hold on. I don't know what in the world. Oh, we're gonna be laughing. Yeah, Vicks vapor rub. It's eucalyptus. It says camphor, eucalyptus, and menthol. I don't need a cough suppressor. I just need something to clear my sinuses up. My dad, it's so funny. After he got out of the shower, he'd always put Bengay all over him. Well, I understood he worked in a warehouse. He worked in a printing shop. Use it and use it. Yeah, that's that's what I was gonna say. My dad put Bengay all over him. Then he would take it, wash his hands, and then takes the Vicks vapor rub, yep, and stick it up his. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? Clears my sinuses. I'm just like, oh my goodness. My sister and I would just laugh. We thought that was so funny. But it works. And if you look on YouTube and everything, they say about rubbing it on your feet will keep you from coughing. And I'm like, I just like the smell of eucalyptus. This is strong though. My mom would have she had a flower container. It was ceramic, but I mean that sucker was tall. She always had eucalyptus stuff in it. I know it does. I sat here one day and I just sat here with this open, and I'm like all day long, and it's like, you know, even this sitting it that far away from me and just sat right here, that helped my sinuses also. And I'm like, eucalyptus, I like eucalyptus. I always like the smell of it. Right, Ace is saying faith. So I guess you're talking with someone. But yeah. So at nighttime, I take my magnesium and then I'll put this on my feet because I cough. When I get up in the morning, I am coughing. It's the sinuses. I'm coughing and hacking and everything. And that's pretty good. I'm not coughing as much. And then They say that you have the vagus nerve that goes from your brain down through here, and that's why when you have a cough, you put it on here on your chest to help relieve all that. And eucalyptus, and this helps, like it says, clear up for cough congestion. Right, and a cough suppressant. Thought tapped. Now, that doesn't drop the link. I thought, oh, I don't have that going across. Because I'm not on StreamYard or anything. I'm just going through straight YouTube. All right, so camphor as a cough suppressant. Eucalyptus, it says cough suppressant, and menthol cough suppressant. So this is what that's supposed to do, is work as a cough suppressant. But what it gets me is you go to the store and you get to look at the cough medicine. It says cough suppressant and cough expirant. I'm like, you can't suppress your cough and make you cough at the same time, because the expirant is supposed to you get all the mucus and everything out, but then you have a cough suppressant in the same bottle. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That's okay, Ace. Like, how are you going to suppress the cough and make someone cough at the same time? So I was like, I don't know. To me, I'm going to use a cough suppressant because when you cough, you go using all these muscles up here, all these muscles down here, and your shoulders because you're coughing. So it's like, yeah, I'll take the cough suppressant or something other like that, because after a while your body is going to get sore, and that's when you're going to ache. And I'm like, I'm not for that. But when I took my class to get my certificate right there, she used a lot of times. This is what she used, was the camphor and the menthol, and then she would add. She added eucalyptus, but she also added what I think it was frankincense, or because I had them. The bergamot and the frankincense. And she added something else to make it. And I'm just like, okay, add the eucalyptus. You can maybe add vanilla in there and give it a little different type of scent. But I haven't used that much. It's still got a lot in there. No, like I said, I just like the smell of it, because tea tree oil. That's probably something else she probably used in there, was a tea tree oil. A lot of people use that. And if you don't have tea tree oil, but you have eucalyptus, they're about the same, and they do the same thing. Tea tree oil has just been known more to what people are used to using. Now, frankincense is a calming essential oil, and I use that at nighttime instead of during the day, because it has, it will sit there. I can be relaxed. I was sitting here going to sleep in the chair. The only thing about this chair I don't like doing that is because I don't have no armrest or anything. So if I fall asleep, I'm just gonna go out of the chair. So if I'm sitting here and notice I'm nodding, I'll go lay down, because that just means I'm relaxed. My favorite is lemongrass. Oh yeah, I've got lemongrass too. That's good. I like that. So I did a blend with the neem oil and the olive oil. I don't think I can't see my label anymore. let's see here. I put vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, and lang lang in there. So the neem oil I got because it helps with your skin and everything. And I was like, I've had old weakling skin since I was 6 years old. And I don't fall. I know. I was like, well, I've been putting my castor oil blend, and I hadn't seen anything. I hadn't noticed any change. But I've noticed that with the neem oil. So I've been putting that on there. And it just looks like a big old bruise. But I was like, but I have noticed with the neem oil with my arms and my hands. And I do notice with the castor oil, my fingers I don't swell as much. And like I said, with the carpal tunnel surgeries, this hand, my right hand did really well. My left hand did too, to a point, but it's still stuck sometimes because that's where he went. This was the carpal tunnel release right through here. So, and I did do the hand exercises with it. I'm just glad. Hey, Robin, I'm just glad my hands don't go numb when I'm crocheting anymore or when I write because I'm left-handed and I write. But I have noticed, here's the little thing going on, when I do eat beef products or like when we had sausage, I had sausage. When I do eat beef, this hand tightens up. And it's like it was bad enough that I had to go back to the doctor to figure out, did this carpal tunnel surgery fail or what was going on, and it was from eating. So that was last year. So could it be, what they giving the cattle to have the beef in the store? Is it one brand and one brand is okay, but they're not the other brand? And I like to use on my hands. But also I just need a exercise. So I used to have a ball, little stress balls. You sit there and squeeze, and I don't know, all that's in storage. But I can get me none, and my fingernails are popping. Not my fingernails, my knuckles are popping. Knuckles are popping. So it's just different things. Some things I've had all my life. Some things are now. Like with my finger, this finger right here. This is my right hand. This finger, I can see. It's hard to put my finger like that, where it's rough and everything. It would only do it like seasonal in the wintertime, and then it clear up, and then it go away and come back. And I was like, it just never put two together. That was stuff that we were eating growing up because you ate what you had. Um, you know, grew tomatoes and butter beans or lima beans, and we had squash and let's see, we didn't do onions and garlic. It was green beans, zucchini, squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, um, black eyed peas, and was something else. But we grew up eating that, and then from my mom's sisters, whatever they gave us, plus and corn and everything. So we didn't. My cousin had food allergies, which they never told us. I was like, why? Why didn't y'all just talk about it? That's nothing to be ashamed of, but it was a hush hush thing. I was like, we was always thought she was just weird. That she had to eat a certain way, and then the rest of the family, we, and this was because she had food allergies. So I'm just like, y'all are just really weird all the way around. Just tell people. So, and then when I had got the alpha-gal, because I was bit by a few ticks. I had, growing up, we played we went barefooted in the grass and everything else. I got stung by bees too. Stepped on the clover thing, didn't see the bee, got stung on the toe or whatever. Playing outside, been out in the woods and everything, and missed that little bitty tick. And then the next day or so, you find it, and just never put anything together back then. All it was Lyme disease. And so maybe it kind of started building up in my system a long time ago. I just didn't know it. And then, you know, it flared up really bad in 2017, and then trying to, keep it calmed down. But I was like, feel my finger right there. I'm like, that's what my finger used to do when I ate regular tomatoes and peppers, or, and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, now that makes all sense. So, and they say fibromyalgia you can have as a kid and not even know it. And I'm like, well, maybe when I'm 15, 16 years old, I probably have had it, just didn't know it. Because I was always active as a kid, outside and everything. By the time I was like 15 and everything, I just could not take the hot summers. And I was like, these other people just irritate me sometimes because it's never been this hot before. It's 100 degrees. I'm like, I don't know when you grew up, but Buster, this girl remembers many summers in Virginia from noon 1 to 5 or noon to 5. You don't be outside if you don't have to. Over 100 degrees. The weather warnings, be in the shade, or if you're working out, make sure you drink a lot of water. For people who work outside. Let's see, they had cooling stations back then. My dad worked night shift, so he by that time he was working second shift, maybe night shift. And if he was up, he had time to get out of the pool. Come on in. From 10 to noon or whatever, we could go get in the pool. That water was still warm that in the morning. We had 105 degrees, and then at nighttime it was still 75 degrees. So, but we enjoyed getting in the pool after dinner, like 7, 8 o'clock at night, turn the floodlights on, get in the pool. That was like a sauna, nice and relaxing and everything. Yeah, growing up was hot. My birthday is in May. Outside birthday parties were horrible, I know. Because we, like I said, we went to a private Christian school, and they had, some units building had AC, but they started putting, like the AC things you see in the hotels, the older hotels, those type of AC heat things. They put those in the rooms because it was hot, towards the end of school, so that we would have something to be in, a cool room to be in, and everything. Um, yeah, many summers, but I know those hot summers. That winter, it was cold and snow. It's like, tell those other people need to go talk to some older folks to let them know that, hey, no, this happened here, here, and here, and here, here. What years? Well, we could tell you the years and how much snow. We had no air conditioning in school or at home. No one did back then. Yeah, our first air conditioner, I think it was 1975, 1976. We forgot our first window unit to our house because my mom's sister and we got a brand new one, so they gave us the one they had. It still worked. It was fine. That was the first time we had an AC unit. The AC unit in the car, so the windows roll down. And I was like, yeah, put the window down. You'll be all right. It's hot. Well, you know, and at that time back then, stick your head out the window. It was okay. May have got a bug hit here and there every once in a while. But other than that, that was the window. That was the AC back then. Um, yeah, because I remember playing time, sitting there with the fan, your hand fan, you fanning yourself and everything. So I said, I love the cold, cooler and the cold because I can always find a way to stay warm, but you couldn't find a way to stay cool. And then, so I know it was 83, 82, and 83. We sit there and the pool, we had drained the pool a little bit because it was like 4.5 feet deep. So it was like, so that pool froze over, and my best friend and I got in the pool, and it was going around, and it's a circle pool. So we were going down like it was ice skating ring. We had the best time. And all. And this, stuff that we remember growing up and everything. We were talking about the cooler weather here tonight. It's supposed to be like, no, about in the 40s. It's 53. The low tonight is 42. But the low tomorrow night is 38. It didn't rain Saturday. So, and then I know people here in Ohio, and they talk about the weather and everything. They go, oh no, it was, snow here, da, da, da. They have the same thing because in Virginia, the most of the time, it snows. If it comes over like it's Charlottesville, the mountains, we would, and Richmond wouldn't get anything, or maybe sometimes we would. Our snows always come up the coast, the nor'easterners, and every year we like, especially after Christmas, it's like snow, 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 because we always went back to school like the day after New Year, so like the second or the third, depending on what it fell. And I was like, we were supposed to get snow. It's like snow, snow, praying that it snows. Sometimes it did. Sometimes it snowed the week after. Um, and I've said this before, 86 and 87, because 87 we were supposed to go on our senior trip to Spoon Lake, New York, and we got snowed in. And that's not a lot of snow for nobody in Virginia to move anywhere. So you couldn't go anywhere. There was a lot of snow. So I was like, people go, well, it's never been done like this before. They're looking at the wrong data. That's all that is. But I have stuff ready for this year as far as like if it snows, um, I can not only this mullein and stuff I have, and if it gets down right to it and I don't have enough of this, I will have to use the other one. There's other stuff, the fever view, um, the self heal, the fever view, the turkey tail, and it was one other I have over there that's made with Teresa made them with brandy or rum. The only one that's vodka was the Mullins. That's why I got the Mullen. This is made with the vegetable glycerin. Mm. Vegetable glycerin, purified water, and potassium sorbate for freshness. So, and it's not even the alcohol that bothers me. It was just that having the potatoes, and since vodka is made from potatoes, with that increased inflammation and stuff helping it. So I was like, it's time to not to use that right now. Uh, so I'll stay 5 more minutes. But it's like I was telling everybody earlier with the wild organic, that's a mushroom blend. It's not that, which I don't think it was to begin with. But I'm just like, I have tried so many things every 30 days that maybe my body does have a buildup of stuff that it just needs a good detox and a cleanse. So that's why I'm starting the Daniel fast, is to do that cleansing and everything and get stuff out of my system. Because, oh, you're welcome, Misha. Because no, we're laughing. Carry on. Oh, we had such a great time. Yeah, it's time for another one. They, from what I'm researched, they say like every 6 months. I don't know. I just know I need to do one. So, well, thank y'all for hanging with me, being here. Thank y'all for in the chat, those on the TV, those who are watch the replay. I went a little bit longer tonight, and that was to help Misha stay awake because she's driving and everything. So, but y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all, and we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Home.